Hi, my name is Roger. I'm a scientist living in Montreal, and welcome to my channel, Cellulin Science for Everyone. Well, today we will talk again about astrobiology, the study of life outside Earth. But this study is taking place mostly on Earth. And what do I want to say with that? A lot of astrobiology experiments, in fact, are done here on Earth, trying to find life in extreme environments. Extremely hot, like vents on the ocean, and extremely cold, like life on Antarctica. In fact, cold environments are everywhere, are the most abundant environments here at Earth and outside. The average temperature of the Earth is 14.9. 10% of the surface of the Earth, a little bit less now unfortunately, is covered with ice. 25% of the terrestrial land is covered by permafrost, and 90% of the total volume of the oceans on Earth is a temperature of 5 degrees or below. So cold is everywhere. And especially on our solar system, we have to keep in mind that most of the planets beyond Earth are cold planets, icy planets, where in most of them life is not possible because they are too cold. And even in Mercury, that it's really close to the sun, and we have really high temperatures, there are regions where the sunlight never touches, that they're extremely cold and with spotted ice. Okay, so let's go back to Earth and go back to the biology. The organisms that are able to live in extreme conditions are called extremophils. So they are able to live in really high temperature, really low temperature, a huge concentration of salt, high pressure. For the organisms that are able to live in really cold temperatures, we have a name that is, let me read it because I don't want to say it wrong. They are called phycrophils, okay? They are able to live between minus 20 Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius. And where can we find it on Earth? So on Earth, we can find it in places like Antarctica or close by. And we thought that maybe these organisms would be able to live in places where there would be liquid water but really cold, like Enceladus, and of Saturn's moons. But then we have to keep in mind also that there is the possibility that on this environment the conditions could be extreme on any direction, maybe really cold temperatures and localized high temperatures. So where on Earth can we find a place like this? One of the best places would be the island called Deception Island. This is an island on close to Antarctica. It's an stratovolcano island covered with glaciers, and at the same time it has active fumaroles coming from the volcano below that are at 100 degrees Celsius. So there are like really huge contrasts. In these places we can study which organisms live there, which is the threshold of life, and then we can imagine where on the universe and our solar system there exist similar conditions that will make life feasible. In conclusion, we can study astrobiology in our own planet. We just need to look for places that resemble the planets or moons in which we think life could thrive.